What's up? Thank you for checking out Trash Bandits. I'm one of the creators of the game. Before we came up with this, we had spent many weekends and hours playing all sorts of board games, card games, old games, and new games. Then we decided we want to create a game of our own. How did you come up with Trash Bandits?
So that's a great story. Our artist Will came to us with this idea for a card game, and it was really just numbers and not too much else going on. You know, some specialty cards, but no artwork. And we play tested it just with a regular deck of cards, and you know, there were some good items there, there were some poor items there, and we wound up play testing a bunch of times before we came up with this idea for Trash Bandits, where we were trying to get these raccoons out of our yard. You know, we tried a couple different names, and so we wound up with Trash Bandits. And you know, we put together the artwork over the course of a couple weeks. I actually put together some of the artwork myself, and I was about halfway done, and I thought I was 100% complete. So I came to the guys with all the artwork that I had put together, and I was like, "Oh, hey, here's the game." And Will actually goes, "It's like, well, where are the rest of the cards?" And so that was kind of a little bit disappointing, but then we went together, we put together the rest of the artwork, and now we've got, you know, all this wonderful artwork and a game that really works.
How did you come up with the name Trash Bandits?
Oh, that's a good story. So we were actually camping out in Will's yard, and you know, we were hearing a bunch of sounds around the campfire, and you know, we're like, well, what is that? And Will's woods are very quiet. You know, there's usually not any deer or anything around it. You know, we look over from where the sounds come from, and I turn on my flashlight, just spotlight this fat raccoon just hanging out on a tree. And he sees us, and he sees the flashlight, and he starts coming down the tree and walking towards the campfire. We're like, no, 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 we don't want you over here. And he just pauses and then turns around and walks into the woods. So, you know, that was kind of an idea in our heads to make a game surrounding this one raccoon. And then another night we were at my parents' house, and you know, the cats are kind of acting strange outside, so we bring them inside, and we go back outside, and there's two really chunky raccoons, and they're just, you know, just chilling there. They don't really care about us, we don't really care about them, but you know, we've got these group of raccoons that are kind of surrounding our lives, and we thought it'd be pretty funny to make a game about raccoons and trying to get them out of our yard, and that's kind of how we came up with the idea about Trash Bandits. So tell me about the other members of Buswell.
So we have my two older brothers, Matt and Jason. Matt being the oldest. He's definitely the hard ass of the group. He's makes sure everyone keeps on schedule with their jobs and their projects, what they need to do. But he's definitely one of the funnier ones to play against, I think, because he can definitely take a hit. But if you get on his bad side, you're usually on the losing end of that. Then there's Jason, who he's the one you got to keep an eye on. He's going to be the one that tries to scam off the bank a little bit in some of the games, try to cheat his way to victory, and somehow he's, even though we're looking out for it, he's gotten away with it too many times. I don't know if that's him being really good at sleight of hand or us not paying attention enough, even though we know to look out for it. Then we have a cousin, Will. He's a character, that one. I mean, he comes up with a lot of the ideas, and no matter how many times you think of ideas just going to be outrageous and silly, he really wants to roll with it and kind of make it into something possible. There's no bad idea when it comes to him, and I think that's really good about being creative. And then the last one is my sister-in-law. She's just been there from the very beginning. She's another one, kind of a little quieter at times, but she'll have some outrageous ideas, and we'll be right next to her, just be like, yeah, keep going with that, keep going with that. I mean, nothing is not funny when she's around. You could say a joke and be the only one laughing at the table, and then you'll look over and she'll just snorting and crying, laughing right next to you. It really is a great group of people to work with. I mean, we're all different. We have all of our own expertise and ideas, and none of us have the same train of thought, I think, which really keeps it interesting, to say the least.
How did Buswell start?
Buswell started in our backyard. It was just us and a whole bunch of family members. We'd get together, we'd play games, and at one point we decided that we wanted to make our own game. We decided to make our own game by combining all of our favorite games, and while that was hectic and a whole lot of fun, it wasn't very recreatable. We wound up spending a lot of time creating rules and not a lot of time playing the game in the end. After taking a couple of months off, we tried to come back and play it, and it was chaos. After that, we decided, maybe we should start with something a little bit simpler. And that's kind of how we went on to Trash Bandits. We've got a couple games right now, Lights Out, Pitch Your Dish, but this really is a game that is from our heart. It's something that we've worked very hard on. We've done all the artwork ourselves. We've play tested this countless hours, and it's traveled across the United States. We've taken it down to Florida. We spent a lot of time in Pennsylvania playing this game, as well as New York. It's something that we are very proud of. So that's the story of Buswell and Trash Bandits. Make sure to check us out below for all the gameplay and card pictures and more. Thanks.